I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't...
What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to get into Monday Night Raw from January the 26th, 2026. This was a very boring show. It just was. The Rumble is this weekend, and I don't think WWE even cares. I know people are saying, well, it's because it's in Saudi. That doesn't matter. They could be in the States or Canada or the UK. The problem would still remain that they do not care. The problem would remain the same. They don't care. They just don't care. And this is their second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Number 3 being SummerSlam. So, whatever. It is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So we kick this show off with AJ Styles. He gets a good reaction. He gets on the mic. And he says that he wants to run it back with Gunther. He says, he makes it clear that 2026 will be the year he retires. So, he said John Cena showed him that it can take a year to say goodbye. 2025 was the year of John Cena. There's no reason why There's no reason as to why 2026 can't be the year of AJ Styles. There are locker rooms of men that he would love to face to wrestle one more time. AJ Styles wants to be World Heavyweight Champion one more time. So AJ says that Gunther, he says that Gunther's good, but he's not phenomenal. So CM Punk shows up. He gets a good reaction. He says that they've been friends for 22 plus years. CM Punk says that in 2026, there's nothing but respect between the two of them. So basically, CM Punk just puts over AJ Styles and everything else. So AJ Styles asked Punk if he thinks that he can't beat Gunther. Punk says he didn't say that. Punk says he knows that he can beat Gunther. He saw him do it a few weeks ago. So Punk then basically, AJ Styles suggests that he can beat Gunther, but he knows that he can beat CM Punk. So they both continue to put each other over. CM Punk says that he's held the title. That he won the title back in November 1st of last year. He's going to be a fighting champion. So, he challenges AJ Styles to a match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And they both shake hands and agree on it. And we get a massive pop from the crowd. So, this is fine, I guess. Do I really care about this? No, I don't. Now, AJ Styles mentioning that he wants to wrestle other people in other locker rooms, that makes sense. I know people probably want to put AEW in that mix, but I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that we will get a third match between AJ Styles and Gunther. I just don't see Styles losing and ending his career so quickly, right? I do think that WWE will probably let him do some work in TNA, working with probably Mike Santana, who is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and working with Leon Slater, who is the X Division Champion. And then probably maybe going over to Japan, not in New Japan because they're partners with AEW. So they'll probably let him work in Noah and do matches there too. So that's what I think might happen. But this is okay, I guess, to start the show, I guess, whatever. Moving on from that, this leads us into the first match of the night, which was a 6-woman tag, which was Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Stephanie Baker. They defeated the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan. Match was okay, I guess. I mean, if you've seen one 6-woman tag, you've seen them all. Rhea wins, which was the right decision. So whatever. Stephanie ended up doing a moonsault in the match, and she may have re-injured her ankle. It seems like. Again, if Stephanie Vacker is legitimately injured, they need to take the title off of her next week, which they do have a title match. It's going to be official. It's going to be Stephanie Vacker versus Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's World title. And that's when we should see Raquel defeat Stephanie Vacker and then also take her out to where she's gone for a few months. Like, even if she misses Mania, that's fine. So, but if she is legitimately injured, then they've got to do like an angle to where Stephanie Vacker does lose the title. You give it to Raquel for maybe about, I'd let her keep it to about the Elimination Chamber. So then she coughs it up there to either, I don't know, but I do think, you give her the title next week, and then you have her cough it up at the Elimination Chamber. That's what I would do. That makes the most sense for me, but I don't really know. Moving on from that, this leads us into a backstage segment with Finn Balor and CM Punk. So Finn Balor says he wanted to be champion one more time, but Punk was a part of one of his best career highlights. CM Punk picked him up and gave him his flowers at the end. Finn Balor thanks him. CM Punk says it takes two to tango. Finn Balor earned his title opportunity. CM Punk thinks that Finn Balor is one of the best. CM Punk says that Finn Balor needs to think about leaving the Judgment Day, which I would agree. The Judgment Day is one of the most useless factions in WWE. They fucking suck. CM Punk asked Finn Balor what he wants his legacy to be. He'll never be champion. Hang out with garbage like Dirty Dominic Mysterio. If he thinks another title, if he wants another title shot, Finn Balor come into a Rumble, and CM Punk will face him in Las Vegas, and then that was it. So this is fine. Clearly, we knew that Balor was going to once again turn heel. He was only babyface just for one night. That was because he was in his home country of Ireland, so that's why that happened there. But I do think that the Judgment Day does need to end. This shit has been going on for 2.5 years, and really and truthfully, Finn Balor does not need to be a part of the Judgment Day. Same thing with Dominic Mysterio. Those guys are fine on their own. Dom is great. He's a phenomenal heel. He really is. I don't know if he's injured or not. We haven't seen Dom in 3 or 4 weeks. Actually, probably going on closer to 5 weeks. I'm worried about Dominic Mysterio. Is he legit injured? If he is, then cough up that title. I don't know. Moving on, this leads us into the Vision. So they show up. Paul Heyman puts all the members of the Vision over. So Adam Pearce shows up, and he basically reinstates, Bron Breakker in the Vision. He puts all of them in the Royal Rumble. So, there is that. I guess that's fine. Who really cares? And then he makes a match between Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory. So, the referee stops the match. Apparently, Rey got injured in this match, so hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he didn't suffer nothing too bad. I didn't even really watch the match, but Austin Theory won the match, so he wins via the stomp. So I'm guessing Rey must have got injured in the match. And then post-match, Bron Breakker showed up. In the Vision, they beat up the Luchadors, Penta and Dragon Lee. So, whatever, who gives a damn? But hopefully, Rey Mysterio is okay. So, whatever, I guess. Hopefully Rey Mysterio is okay. Moving on from that. So, Natalya, she reveals why she attacked Maxine Dupree. She said that she made Maxine Dupree, but Maxine failed. Maxine didn't fail herself. She failed Natalya. Maxine is just like the rest of them. She thinks just because she roared with a legend, she can roar like one. That'll never happen again. This is a new Natalya. When she's done with Dupree, she's coming for it all. Natalya says because Natalya elevates, but Natty decimates. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? No, nobody cares about this nonsense. Nobody cares. Please. Moving on. So Raquel Rodriguez is pissed off. She's full of piss and vinegar. She gets into a brawl with Stephanie Vacker. The two of them brawl briefly, and then officials break it up. Who gives a damn? Moving on from that, this leads us into Michael Cole. He has a sit-down interview with Gunther. Gunther said that he's sick and tired of these old-timers overstaying their welcome, choosing one moment after the other. But these moments belong to Gunther. Bill Goldberg was chasing a moment, and Gunther took it away from him. John Cena was chasing a moment that took him a whole year. What would they talk about? That John Cena gave up his last match against Gunther. That's for AJ Styles. He has an idea of a farewell tour. Gunther isn't interested in taking AJ Styles' moments away from Gunther. Speaking of old-timers, Michael Cole falls in that category. How long will Cole stick around to chase another moment? Gunther could end Michael Cole's career right now, but he won't. On Saturday, he wants Michael Cole to sit there at Royal Rumble. He wants Michael Cole to call the match and say the career of the phenomenal AJ Styles is over. And then Gunther chuckles and says, it'll be great. This is fine here, but again, I don't see AJ Styles losing on Saturday to Gunther. I just don't. Again, I think Gunther's big Mania match is probably going to be Lesnar. So, there is that. And moving on from that, this leads us into Adam Pearce. He's backstage on his phone. He got everything under control. Finn Balor walks up and says he's declaring himself for the Rumble. Adam Pearce says, he apologized and says that the Rumble's full. So Finn Balor says this isn't over. And then Liv Morgan just bumps into Finn Balor and says that, don't let CM Punk get into his head and everything else and all that. She said that Punk showed him up in his hometown and raised his arm like a participation trophy. Then thanked Finn Balor for it. Punk doesn't want Finn Balor to become world champion. The Judgment Day does. They're his family. Finn Balor says this isn't straightforward, and he wants to figure it out. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Who cares? Moving on from that, this leads us into the Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders for the tag team championships. It was won by Alpha Academy. Oh my god, this was lame. I didn't even watch the match. I kid you not. I didn't even watch this shit. It was lame. So, whatever. The Creed brothers, they were in this thing, which is insane. They were here. So, I'm guessing, I mean, at least they're on television, but damn, like, where have they been? So, and also, Tozawa got the win. This is so dumb. So, the fact that we're going to have the Usos versus Alpha Academy is fucking laughable. Whatever. Moving on. This leads us into a backstage segment involving Becky Lynch. She has a backstage interview with Kathy Kelly. Becky Lynch says that she had a monumental victory before adding that Jackie Redmond wouldn't know about it. So, Becky Lynch says she's entering the Women's Royal Rumble. The Kabuki Warriors walk up. So Kyrie says that Becky Lynch will not win the Rumble because no one's ready for Asuka. Becky Lynch is ready for Asuka and would have beaten her before. They would have won War Games if not for Asuka. So Kyrie goes to relay the message, but Asuka says she heard it. Asuka says, see you in the Rumble. And then Kyrie smugs at Becky Lynch until Asuka shouts Kyrie. And then Kyrie is patting the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which indicates that she's going to eliminate Asuka, and they're going to be broken up, which is great because Becky Lynch does need opponents for her IC title. And I think Kyrie would be a good opponent for her. I really, truly do. Right? Moving on. This leads us into Javon Evans. He said that he hopes to see AJ Styles on his retirement tour. So I guess teasing a match. Moving on from that, Stephanie Baker. She wants to fight Raquel Rodriguez next week, and then Adam Pearce makes it official. It's going to be a Philadelphia street fight. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Moving on, this leads us into Logan Paul and the Vision. They're backstage. So he says that they're a well-oiled machine. They're machine to machines. Since they have the advantage, they need to make sure that Bron Breakker wins the Royal Rumble. And everyone agrees. So, whatever. And Paul Heyman was on the phone in the background. Okay, that's fine. Moving on. This leads us into the main event of the evening. CM Punk versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. The match was thrown out because Finn Balor got involved. He attacked CM Punk. And the referee called for the bell. So, Finn Balor did a shotgun drop kick to the barricade, taking out CM Punk. He threw him into the ring. And he hit not one, not two, but three coup de grace on the top rope. And he stood tall. And that was it. So, whatever. Who really cares? This sets up CM Punk versus Finn Balor probably at the Elimination Chamber, which is in a month's time. So, you can still, have Finn Balor get some more heat. And I like this. This is fine. So, maybe Finn Balor could interfere in the AJ Styles Gunther match, maybe? I don't know. But I think the honor of retiring AJ Styles should go to Finn Balor. I really do. Versus Gunther. But that's just me. But all in all, Monday Night Raw was a shit show. As per usual. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.